Yo, yo. I'm good, man. It's filthy hot today, but other
Yeah,
than that,
man.
I'm good.
I'm just gonna drag us to a different channel. 1 second.
Yeah, cool.
All right, there we go.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fucking disgusting, man.
Yeah. we were out at a picnic with some friends, and it just got hotter and hotter through the day. By 3 p.m., we're like, nah, we're all going home.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, very fair. It was so nasty today, man. I said to my missus, let's go out, we'll get some lunch. And then like we went out, we'll get some food. And then we're like, oh, we'll go do some grocery shopping, and then we got to get some stuff for like my in-laws, and then we got a call from my parents, and it just turned into like a 1.5 hour lunch turned into like a 7 hour fucking mission of a day. So now I just got home, just wanted to play Dota because I just wanted to Largo it up, and now
Yeah.
a massive day.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm a little bit frazzled, just getting my shit sorted. Give me a moment here.
Nah, you're right. They just started the lobby like a minute ago, so you still got a few minutes of delay to sort everything out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you been, bro? You all good?
Yeah, really good, man. Yeah, we're just kind of coming to the end of like I got a couple of days of work. I had this week off actually because I had an overseas friend in town, a good friend, so I was just hanging out with him and his family. And technically working the 22nd, 23rd, but like, things are very quiet, so just sort of wrapping up some admin and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then got like 2.5 weeks off, which is nice. So
Nice.
yeah.
Dude, that's lovely.
Yeah, what about you?
Working up until Christmas Day, unfortunately. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday working. But then I took some time off until New Year's Day, and then I got New Year's Day off, and then back to work on the 2nd. So it is what it is, Just that's the way the cookie crumbles. The business I work in is their busiest time is Christmas. So
yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, they don't have a shutdown or anything like that. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, sweet, they started. Nice. Oh, okay. All right. I think stream's all good. The tunes are playing. It's more for my sake than anybody else's, but they're playing. And what do we got here? We got Dire first pick, Shaun the Sheep, and Radiant second pick, Saja Cats. That's a classic. I haven't really been keeping up with too much on Champions League. Have you been having?
Well, I'm playing in it, so obviously I have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, so it's been, well, I mean, there's been a bit of a break. So the last series that was actually no, there have been a couple of series actually, but I saw you casting that absolute amazing game 2 between Shaun and the Sheep and Pig F.
Yeah.
That was a pretty incredible game. We had a pretty fun series with Shaun, which I think he casted as well. But Saja have been doing pretty well, so I'm really curious to see how these teams match up against each other. Should be a really good series.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look now at the Champions League, the ladder. Apologies. Shaun the Sheep, they're number 1, but only because they played another game more than Saja Cats and yourselves. So I guess technically your rating is a little bit better because you're 7-1 and they're 7-3. Which could change, I don't know who you have left to verse, but there might be a 0-2 in your future. I hope not, but there might be. But yeah, it's probably a pretty important game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, if they go to a top 4 cutoff, I think Shaun the Sheep are probably guaranteed, if I'm not mistaken, to making it all the way through.
Well, I guess it depends if... Oh, well, yeah, actually, you are right. Unless Tort somehow, win every remaining series. But I guess theoretically, this is Shaun the Sheep's last series. So the worst they could finish is 7-5 if they get 0-2 to you.
Exactly. So I don't think that there's any... Yeah, the only other way is Tort Domini's just clears. Which, look, I hope it happens. That'll be sick. But I think, from what I've seen, I think it's going to be a tough ask from them. But yeah, so I think they probably don't feel too much stress at all in this game, I'm guessing, for Shaun the Sheep, because they're basically made it into playoffs anyways. So, and plus a new patch, a whole bunch of new things to try out. But one thing that hasn't changed in the new patch, Eeeegor, DK first pick for Saja Cats.
Man. Yeah, I mean, this is first pick material for both these teams, right? Shaun and the Sheep love their DK. Obviously, Saja Cats do as well. Interesting, they've got Kidnap fans standing in for them today. So maybe their positions will be a little bit different. Like maybe Jackie is going to play Pos 1, or maybe Kidnap fan's going to play Pos 1. I guess we'll see. But yeah, this hero is super popular for both these teams. Still a really good hero. So yeah, there it is, first pick.
Yeah, and they had the option to pick up some sort of counter towards it. There's still a few things in the pool which I think are considered counters to DK. Obviously, the Timber that just came out for this ban from Saja Cats is probably the premier counter for DK. But Shaun the Sheep, interestingly, they opted for the Warlock very first pick, which I think is... and the hero is great, don't get me wrong, but is it first pick material when there's like these like insanely powerful cores in the pool, such as Timbersaw, such as DK, and when you can like ban against it, right? You have the first pick, so you can get the bans in. So quite interesting, but we'll have to see where they go from here. The Disruptor pick on the other side for Saja Cats, I think this hero is like all around pretty nice little fight to have. Gives you a lot of +1s, especially if you're ahead. So nice, should be pretty good to see what they have, and they have the makings of a pretty nice little fight here. And this is what I thought was going to be coming out as a counter to that DK, the Viper and perhaps the Venomancer. I wouldn't be surprised if they just opt for both, if I'm being honest here, for Shaun the Sheep.
Yeah, I mean, Shaun of the Sheep must be cooking with that first pick Warlock, right? Like that was first pick. They had the DK on the table for them as well, but they go Warlock. There must be something in the patch that they're playing with. I can't wait to see it, because these guys come up with some really good ideas off the back of fresh patches.
Yeah.
But like you said, Viper DK, I mean, that's classic. As soon as I see DK, Viper comes to mind for me as well. Veno got a little bit nerfed in the patch, so still powerful. I don't know if it's as powerful, but I reckon Willow got buffed really nicely in the patch, and I think was strong anyway. So I'm really excited to see this Willow play here.
Yeah, and this is our classic as well, this Dark Willow hero. He really likes to play it a lot. Gives a lot of like annoying, like this Bramble spell is just so annoying to play into, man. Like you just put it out, and then all these heroes, especially these melee heroes that want to go in, like this Undying that's just been picked, has to like make these weird maneuvers, like zigzagging to try and make their way out. And it gets even worse once they get the shard as well. But yeah. I was expecting a Veno pick, if I'm being honest, but we'll see where they go. Looks like Saja Cats. You thinking this is going to be a 3 or a 4 Undying? What are you thinking?
I think it's going to be support.
Okay.
I think it's, yeah. I think that, I mean, if Kidnap Van's playing Pos 3 and that's his main position, then I haven't really seen him play Core Undying. I think that what's going to happen here is Jackie is going to be Pos 1, which has been Dinocat normally this season, and then they'll put Bob in mid, and then Kidnap Van 3, and it's just not one of his heroes. So I think that Calpy plays a pretty decent Undying. Probably see him pick that up.
Yeah, I think you're 100% on the money with that one. This Undying hero, kind of a menace. Very hard to fight into it, especially Jakiro. By the way, one thing I want to say, Jakiro was in the pool and was completely unpicked by Shaun the Sheep. I know that they love that hero, so yeah, I think you're right. They're cooking up something very interesting with this Warlock hero. But yeah, this Undying, one of those like classic lane dominators, like the Jakiro, as I was just mentioning, like maybe something like a Drow plus Lich, like some double slow range. But yeah, it's very, very tough for them to go into this. But this is a hero I was not expecting. Naga Siren comes out, and this might be a Pos 1 Naga Siren.
Yeah, I mean, Naga got some buffs to the carry kind of abilities and facet in the patch, right? So
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is super interesting. And I mean, Naga can dispel the Warlock Fatal Bonds. Viper does not have a good time against Naga. I don't really think Willow does well either, so they don't have anything to address it right now. And I really like this. I think that there's a nice balance here of the DK, the Undying, even the Disruptor being able to be aggressive, roam around the map together while Naga just soaks up farm. So far I really like what they're cooking.
Yeah, I think a lot of what they want to do is based like in the team fight. Just like when I'm trying to think of how the team fight wants to go for Saja Cats, they probably want to start with the song, and then they set up the tombstone that brings up a whole bunch of zombies that spawn on top of these invulnerable units, and then Disruptor can send the ulti on top, and then DK gets to attack, right? But I think all that is very dependent on Naga Siren being able to actually get the song off. I would like to see the way that Shaun of the Sheep address this, maybe with like a backline dive kind of hero. I was going to suggest Pangolier, but that hero kind of in the bin, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's obviously sad because Rorks is a massive Pango enjoyer, so
Yeah.
sad for my team. But yeah, I think Pango is one of the unfortunate losers of the patch.
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
losing those assets really, really sucks. So yeah, I mean, backline jump is interesting though, right? Because the Naga gets big enough that you're not going to be able to burst from kind of one backline jump, and the rest of these heroes are not backline jump heroes. So, yeah, they're kind of drafted into a corner here with this Naga pick. Like a lot of the good kind of counters are already out. Like the Timbersaw, Tide is half decent, the Shaker. So what do they choose to do here? I'm very curious to see.
I think I have a prediction. I have a feeling they're going to send the Viper pos 3 and they're going to pick a Tiny here on 18 for Mel in mid. That's just a crazy prediction. Oh, okay, somewhat similar. They offer the Sand King instead. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, very, very similar to what the Tiny does, right? I think you had the right idea. So that makes sense. The problem is you have to actually catch the real Naga, and again, like, is actually pretty good at dealing with the illusions individually, but eventually they get strong enough that they can kind of walk through the sandstorm and do stuff by themselves. But I like it. I think it's the start of countering what they want to do.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Sheep banning Troll, by the way. Do they not think this is a Naga carry? This is
I have a feeling Al's thinking that this is going to be the Undying 3 and Naga 5 or 4 as the other support. That's my prediction of what he's thinking here. But yeah, I really feel like there's gonna be a Naga 1 here, played by who's their pos 1 player here? Maple Story Addict, is it?
Yeah, normally this season it's been Dino Cat. Maple Story Addict is Jackie, so I think that Jackie will move to carry for this game.
Roger. Yeah.
But also interesting, Saja Cat, they ban Ursa, and Naga is very good against Ursa in the carry-to-carry matchup. So if this was a carry Naga, I don't understand why you would ban that hero. Interesting. There might be some mind games going on in this draft here.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
All right, let's have a look here. My in my Streamlabs OBS, it just keeps connecting to the chat room, so I couldn't see any chat at all. So sorry if I missed any chat messages. Whoever's hanging out in here.
No, I've got your stream open. There's no one who's chatted yet.
Well, feels fucking bad, huh?
Don't worry, I'll throw you a message out there.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I can see it. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think if they are going to run the Naga 1 here, I think they probably need to have something that can deal with the split push a little bit here. Someone who is either flexible to get around the map, maybe like a NP, perhaps might be a good option. But of course, a lot of the stuff that NP wants to do might be shut down by, honestly, like Undying in the lane. So we'll see what they want to go with that. But I can see NP being a viable pick here. It is a Black Cat hero. But they kind of get the option to kind of move things around as well. Like if they do pick NP and they feel like it's no longer good for Naga, they can thank you guys in the chat. Sorry, never allowed Jubei. But they're going for the Jug instead. It just kept saying welcome to the chat room over and over in my chat, so that's why I thought I couldn't see what people were saying. So apologies. Yeah. But they opt for the Jug instead.
Not bad, right? Like not too bad. Some really sweet combos and team fight potential on Shaun of the Sheep if they chain it all together.
Muerta.
Okay, what is going on here? This is wild.
Yeah, I think... Let's see where it's at. I know that the Sergeant Cats... I know Kidnap Van wants to play Muerta as a pos 1. I think he thinks it's good. I'm in agreement with him. It just needs to be a good game for it. Could be a little bit tough into the Juggernaut hero, though. But it is... Obviously, does have that inbuilt Ethereal Blade where it can still attack, which is really, really nice against Jug. Which is really good. But the other part of it, though, is Jug can just get out of the... and cut out the ulti and then jump back in later on in the fight, which I've seen many, many times. So we'll have to see how it goes out here. Bob on the Muerta, and it is DK being played by Jackie. So if it all goes to plan here, it is going to be the DK pos 1, Muerta mid, and off lane Naga Siren.
Interesting. That's yeah. I mean, they might just decide to put the Muerta safe and the DK mid, but Kidnap Van on the pos 3 Naga is super interesting. I'm really excited to see what happens here in this because this is a really interesting draft from Saja Cats. I think you look at Shaun and the Sheep. Apart from the first pick Warlock, which I'm very curious to see, I think that the draft overall is a relatively standard draft. Although pos 3 Sand King and mid Viper, but yeah, very curious to see how this goes.
I will say one thing very interesting is Owls opted for this Shattering Crown facet, which I think is definitely not the most common pick. This is the one where when you have the stun on your hero, it takes all of the damage that Dark Willow does, as well as just a portion of the auto attacks that other people do to that target, and adds it in when that damage happens. So I think this one's a little bit unusual. I mostly see other people take this other one, the Throwing Shade one, which is really, really powerful in the lane. So see what they do.
Yeah, you're right. Shattering Crown is not the popular one, so very interesting to see it. But you know, Owl, like he very deliberately thinks about the facets and things he's going to do, and does not stay to the meta, which I like to see. He sort of has reasons for everything that he does, which is great. And it does look like DK is holding the obs, so he's going to be the mid. So Jackie goes into mid, and they shift Bob to safe lane with that Muerta.
Yeah, okay, sweet as. So it looks like Muerta. So does that mean Kidnap Man is definitely playing pos 3 Naga Siren? Interesting.
Yep. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Keen to see how this goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, other than that, don't really see anything else unusual when it comes to the facets. Looks all good. Black Room Mile. It's my choice as well for the Warlock. I think it gives you a nice timing, either to get your level 6 so you can contribute to a fight right on 7 minutes, or if your lane has been going badly, you can save it up for a bit later on and reach another timing that you feel is appropriate. But just have to see how it goes here. I'm a little bit unsure though. Like, I felt very sure in the last patch because it went for so long, right? And now there's all this weird stuff going on. I really don't know who's very, very powerful and how the lanes are going to go. But from what I can see here, the team fight from Shaun the Sheep looks extremely powerful. Somewhat the same for Radiant, I will say, like, especially if they manage to get off a big song. But other than that, I have to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think it comes down to initiation, right? I think, yeah, if Shaun of the Sheep get the jump and it all comes together, they're just going to roll the other team. But if Naga gets the song in and they can stop well, in particular the Warlock, but I think the Sand King from getting their spells off, I think it goes very well for Radiant. So, yeah, very interested to see it. Looks like both teams are going to pass each other in the night, despite posturing on the same part of the map.
I think this is a little bit dangerous from the Sheep. If they get caught here on this smoke, it's 2v5. The rest of the team's not here, but looks like it's going to work out for them. They do get 3 of those bounties, or are they going to? Owl copying a little bit of harass here. Probably going to be 100% fine, unless Bob gets a crazy shoot back. What's his spell called? Dead shot. But unfortunately not working out this time.
Yeah, good harass. But yeah, in the end, walks away.
Yeah. All right. I think when we think about where the action's going to be, I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff happening at the bottom lane, especially as they get to a little bit more levels on both of these cores and subs. Top lane, I can see Calpy kind of running this lane, honestly. I think Calpy's going to have a very, very good time in this lane.
I don't think that people should die in top lane unless there's a mistake, but I think there will be a bit of harass, obviously. I think you're right. The bottom lane is where the kills are likely to be.
Yeah, I think so too. Owl, could be some harass here on Tiger. I think it should be pretty tough here for Owl. I don't think Owl needs to be trading hits with Tiger here. I think he should just be playing for denies to make sure the lane's in a good spot for Miso Mad. They definitely have the weaker lane between the two of them, in my opinion. You just need to make sure the lane's in a good spot for the SK, and stacking for SK as well, of course.
Yeah, I agree. I really like that Tiger has held the 2 sentries as well. You know, recognizes that uses one now to look at that camp, but also realizes there's a Sand King in the lane. you're going to need the true sight for kill potential on the Sand King, and immediately plants it there when the Sandstorm comes out. So good to see him thinking about what they're doing there.
Yeah, me so mad. Copying so much harass because of that. It's like 8 auto attacks as well as that lightning strike. Lost almost 600 health for that, for his troubles. And he's probably needs to bring out a salve. This lane is pushing out to him right now. Otherwise, taking a look at the CS, Black Cat doing pretty nicely here on the top lane. Lane position looks a little bit miserable right now. Double range creep. Have to probably push this in and let it bounce back, but otherwise looking all good. Maple Story Addict. I always call him Maple Story Addict because that's his name, but I keep remembering. I have to remember it's Jackie. Yeah, Jackie doing very, very well as well in mid, as well as Mel. Looks like a bit of a trade of farm happening here. I think this will probably be how it goes for the whole laning phase until Mel gets level 6. I think. Bottom lane, me so mad, not doing the best, but will hopefully get there.
Yeah, it's a tough proposition against these two heroes. So. Yeah. Muerta and Disruptor both very good at harassing you out as a melee core like the Sand King. Sentry does not get seen there as Owl walks past it.
Yeah, that's really important to deal with.
Oh, misses it. That is a shame. Okay.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. This one here will cover him at least. And Tiger doesn't have another scent, is ready to purchase it, but Lotuses go towards the Radiant on both sides on this time. Undying grabbing one and Tiger grabbing the other, but so far, quite the slow game for now.
Yeah, I think, like you said, mid is a farm fest until those level 6s that come out, the Viper level 6. Yeah, Naga does not really want to go for kills. Naga wants to farm and harass while she does it. You know, they're not likely going to catch her. She's super speedy as well, so Jug's not going to be able to catch. So, yeah, we thought bottom there. Ooh, hold that thought.
Mel getting a nice little kill in the middle lane. I'm going to go back 10 seconds and have a look. Hopefully nothing happens. Oh, okay. Jackie just tried to dive the tower and just got absolutely punished for it. Interesting. Probably felt like he could kill. But yeah, he just tried to dive the tower, got a stun on Mel and tried to dive him on the tower, and Mel just said, no thank you, sir, and just killed him. Nicely done from Mel. And this is always dangerous, right? Because Mel's one of those players who can kind of just like explosively carry his team.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a tip that went with that death, because that would be a very Mel thing to do, right? But not just yet. Maybe saving the tips for later.
Yeah, I think he probably feels a little bit bad because if you remember the last time he tipped Pig F, they had a little bit of a power up and they ended up winning the game even though they were so far behind. But Sean and Black Hat, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, they will kill Calpy. Probably a bit of an unexpected death here, just using the Jug Spin as well as the Warlock damage on that Shadow Word to secure that kill. So nicely done on that top lane.
Yeah, nice.
Sorry, I got the lads messaging me to play.
You're all goods. You're all goods. Yeah, I mean, the top lane is drawing even in terms of CS. Mid is drawing even in terms of CS. Obviously, Mel got that solo kill, but the discrepancy here is Bob on this Muerta, 28 and 12 as we come to 5 minutes, and Me So Mad, 17 and 1. That's really where a lead is building in one of the lanes.
And there is a few stacks, though, I will say. I think Al's done a good job. Got 3 stacks on both the hard camp as well as the ancients, or medium camp it is now. It's been nerfed. The medium camp
bottom
as well as the ancients. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for a little bit of fight. The glimpse does come through. I think Tiger could have died there. Actually, did have the stun up available in a few seconds, but nicely done. Nice little harass here, and that's the power of this bloody bramble maze, man. So freaking annoying to fight into.
Yeah, absolutely. And later on, it'll be even worse with everything else that comes out when you get the shard, you put down that cursed crown. For some reason, I have a lot of trouble dodging the brambles. I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to walk my way around them. So yeah, I hate it.
Tombstone dropped at top. There is going to be possibly a fight for this Lotus. I tell a lie. Lotus not fought for at all. A 6-minute rune. Did go the way of Mel by a denial. Nicely done. Maple Story Addicts
Mel
coming in.
used his ult as well.
Yeah, just a couple of auto attacks coming through. Mel really does not care when Jackie goes on him. Just send some auto attacks and you're just kind of chilling there. Let's have that salve ready to go as well. So nicely done.
Nice. Yeah, so I think in the fight for the rune, Jackie used Dragon Form and Mel used ult as well. So they trade their ults off, and neither of them really achieving what they want to. Obviously, Viper wants to get a kill, DK wants to hit the tower. So
yeah.
Still a draw so far in the lane.
They're chilling. Probably need some support help to try and get this kill here, but taking a look at the chat, there is Jakino saying Leah gets powered up by tips. Can you confirm, Eeegor?
Yeah, absolutely. The laugh she has, she sees the tip come through. She's like, "Okay, buddy," has a laugh and starts playing way better to get revenge. That's absolutely what happens with Leia.
Yeah, sometimes some people, like, you know, they have that personality where when they're challenged in that way, like they think someone's better than them, they're just like, you haven't seen anything, my friend, and just cook them. And that's always cool to see. And Leah definitely does seem like the type. She's a really talented player. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, she hadn't played Dota for like 2 months or something, comes along and gets the 2-0 on Sheep, right?
Exactly.
Pretty good.
Bottom lane, they are going to find the TP in from Calpy. Miso Matt is going to try and find his way out. He is going to be caught by the kinetic fence. Meanwhile, on the top side of this fight, Al is killed by Bob, and Miso Matt is going to be run down, unfortunately, killed by these tombstone golems. Tombstone zombies, apologies. And that's a nice little rotation here from Calpy. Probably going to secure 1 or 2 waves of creeps, as well as some big damage on the tower. Meanwhile, they have the invis rune here on Mel on the top lane. Looks like they're going to try and go for Kidnap Van here. Does have the song available. They are going to start diving here. Does show, possibly. Did show on the tower there on Mel. Mel's going to have to teleport back to base here. And Jackie getting so much damage on this tower here.
Yeah, really nice that double kill went to Bob as well. Getting gold on your carry, helping accelerate that farm. Bottom, Al, copying some harass.
Yeah, just chilling. Gets glimpsed, but is going to be 100% fine here. Trying to get silenced. They are trying to expel him from this lane, but he's chilling for now. It's going to get this XP. Nice little spread. A scan does come out, by the way, from the Radiant right on top of Miso Mad. So they know that that's what he's doing. Calpy going to walk over as well. Doesn't have Tombstone for a few seconds. This might be a kill here. They have the ulti on Miso Mad. Just needs to send it. Choosing not to actually send his ulti for some reason. Could have definitely pressed it way earlier, but he's going to press it now. It probably isn't going to be able to chase in time, but Calpy going to be able to get away here on the route on Bob, though. Bob sends the ulti. He's going to press his ethereal form. Going to make his way out here, and Miso Mad, kind of an awkward exchange here. I think Miso Mad definitely, they could have destroyed Calpy if they just sent the ulti on the high ground there as he was walking up.
Yeah, so they actually had the small camp in the triangle blocked, so Miso Mad was de-warding that, and they scanned, and then yeah, some weird uses of ults there.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tombstone bottom.
Tombstone bottom, yeah, they are going to absolutely kill it straight away. 150 gold going Miso Mad's way. They try to hit the stun here on top of Bob, but Bob makes their way out and managing to dodge some of those brambles. But very importantly, in the top lane, if you have to take a look there, DK has turned into a dragon once again. Somehow this spell did not get nerfed, is still 60 seconds at all levels. I don't know why, but is going to be taking this tower as well. Mel, responding in kind, going to be taking that mid tier 1, which is usually reserved for the DK player in mid. So nicely done from Mel.
Yeah, very nice. Ooh.
Bottom lane, Al killing Bob. Interesting. I think just killed him with the with that throwing shade with the Shadow Realm hit. Glimpse back on Sean is going to be sent into the ulti, the Static Storm. Miso Mad on the side doesn't have ulti available because he did unfortunately whiff it earlier, but he's going to cop a little bit of farm here. And Kidnap Van setting the deluge. Miso Mad cannot run too fast. He's just chilling there. Maple Story adding killing Mel in the mid lane in the meantime. Mel unfortunately sends his ulti. Didn't make any difference. Nicely done from Jackie here.
Yes. Really good from Jackie.
Oh, bottom lane, Miso Mad does hit the stun. He's going to actually end up killing Tiger as well as walking up, killing the Undying, and Owl coming through as well, just deleting them as... Just doing so much with just these two heroes. The absolute power of this Bramble Maze, as well as Miso Mad just killing everyone fighting within that sandstorm. Really nicely done.
Yeah, he didn't even use his ult either because it was down previously. The cooldown's back up now, so they have all their spells down bottom. They're just going to take this tower free. A really nice sequence there from Sheep. Obviously losing Mel mid, but apart from that, yeah, very well done.
Yeah. Sean.
Viper ult mid.
Oh, okay. They are going to try and fight here. They are having a TP in from Disruptor. I think this might actually be the death of Mel. He's going to try to run away, or is it going to be? Mel is standing and fighting that Predator innate, doing so much damage, even through all that armor of the DK, even while he's broken. They do send Al back, but not going to make any difference. Wasn't long enough, a short enough time for him to send back to base. So they are going to capture this tower. Meanwhile, the bottom lane tower was taken as well, and the shield rune does spawn at top. They're probably going to opt for this and try and make a move. I just want to quickly point out Jug's farm. Black Hat doing such a good job right now. He's 95 and 5 net worth, even though he's a little bit far behind. Had a kind of a rough lane. It's very, very close to that Battle Fury. Probably going to be getting it around the 13.5 minutes, which for his lane is really, really nicely done.
Oh, mid.
Oh, okay, mid lane. They are trying to find the ulti on Miso Mad, but it's not going to make any difference because he just gets deleted. Calpy trying to be the target of the rest of his damage, but it's going to be a 5-person Soy Ray in the middle lane, unfortunately. Dude, by the way, yeah. I just remembered. What did you say in your cast the other day? Open up the kimono or something, was it? That shit made me laugh.
Open up the kimono. Yeah. That's it.
Dude, that was so funny. I just remember that. Holy shit. That was so good.
Oh man. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so I actually noticed Black Cat was kind of doing his thing, right? So his team, he's taken a small stack at bottom now, continuing to farm. So his team obviously has made a bit of space for him. They moved 3 heroes down bottom. They got some kills, took the tower. He was farming the whole time. Bob on the Muerto's doing a good job as well. Obviously, they're pacing each other for net worth, and they both got their sort of farm accelerators now. The Jug has the Battle Fury flying out. Bob's just got the Maelstrom. So they're going to continue to get up there. And, there's been a few kills here and there, a few towers gone down, but overall, this is a really even game so far.
Yeah, 100%. But every single position is matching their counterpart. The Sean is matching Tiger, Al is matching Calpy, and so on. But we'll have to see this move at bottom and see if it's going to work out. Sean is going to proc on top of Calpy here. They do send the ulti. Naga Siren is here. That does cancel immediately. It's going to be the absolute death of him. Or is it? It is. And they're going to find this tombstone as well. 150 gold heading to Sean. Sean, by the way, finally is level 6. This is very, very important. Finally has a chaotic offering. Does have a few levels of that fatal bond. So a team fight might be absolutely devastating for the Saja Cats here. And Mel, with his BOT, is able to join a fight anywhere. And this is going to be really important to deal with the Naga split push.
Yeah, they're pressuring this tier 2 bottom now. They've still got all the heroes down here, so they may as well. Saja Cats is going to bring heroes back. They brought Jackie, who has the blink.
Oh, the ulti from Miso Mad does come through. On the backline, they get a huge double stun. The Ethereal does come out on top of Muerta, but not enough to survive. Meanwhile, Jackie on the bottom line is trying to survive. Miso Mad does cop a decay into his face, doing enough damage to kill him, and they are going to be able to get 2 for 1. And if that's all it's going to be, I don't know if this is going to be enough for the sheep. They are going to make their way out right now. The Naga song does come through. They are going to see Mel behind these trees. Don't think it's going to matter. Maple Story Addict blinking out. They're a little bit scared. Calpy copying the entirety brunt of that Omni Slash and moving it even all the way onto the backside as well. Although they hit the stun, Black Cat is going to have to spin TP. Is it going to be enough? He's going to actually die. It was too much damage. Kidnap Van needs one more auto attack. Is going to die as well. Maple Story Addict does have the dot on top of him as well, but he does die, unfortunately. And meanwhile, Al also dies to Kidnap Van, and Kidnap Van surprisingly doing a whole boatload of damage because of that Orchid Malevolence.
Yeah, I think you're probably happy with that if you're Saja Cats. You got the kill on Black Cat. Ooh, going for Sean now.
Yeah, they get an extra +1, just a little freebie. Sean, unfortunately, staying a little bit too long. Might have been microing his golem a little bit too heavily there. Yeah. But yeah, go on. If you're happy, right?
Yeah, I think they obviously lose 2 heroes to start with, which sucks, but then they're able to get 2 return kills and 3 if you add Sean to it. Sheep had already used their ults, and I guess this is the danger of a lineup like theirs. Warlock, Sand King, long cooldowns on those ults, so once they're gone, you know that you can fight and be in a strong position. So, kind of good moves by both teams, and the game stays really even with all the cores kind of pacing each other and all the supports doing similar.
Yeah. Doing very, very well. But there's a little bit of a lead being gained here from Mel as well as Black Cat. I think that's just as a factor of their mobility items as well as their insane farm accelerants. Smoke Grenade does come out here from Calpy. They are going to try and find something here in the middle lane. Any ultis available. The Epicenter is going to be available in just a second and does come up right now. Warlock Golem in 40, Jug in ult in 20, but I think they're going to be looking for Mel over here in the top lane. They aren't going to find anything, and this might be a whiff, unfortunately. This gold lead, you can expect it to accelerate quite heavily while none of them are farming.
Yeah, that's a shame. They just passed Mel there. If they find him, that's the kill they want. Surprised they didn't turn around and go for Me So Mad. Maybe they felt that he was a bit too close to his tower and they were going to get reactions. But,
they might find Mel here anyway. They actually find him with a net on top of Kidnap Man. They are going to blink him out, glimpse him out rather, and then they jump in with that Jackie blink dagger. It's doing so much damage. Nicely done.
Yeah. This quick Orchid from Kidnap Fan is really helping out as well.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what item he goes next after this. Does he go a standard sort of Naga build, or does he have anything else up his sleeve for a POS 3 Naga?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what he actually needs. Oh, Jackie does come through. Manages to hit the stun on top of the Warlock. He's going to do quite a bit of damage on the meanwhile on the back line. They are actually going to be able to jump in from the whole rest of the team. Here comes the Tombstone as well. Calpy's in. Huge double stun with that Warlock Golem. They are going to jump in a huge bit of damage, finally getting that last bit of needed on top of Jackie. But Me So Mad having to jump in to try and kill this Tombstone. The Tombstone is still here. Meanwhile, Kidnap Van on the backside is going to show as well. They do kill Sean. They do kill Me So Mad. And this is going to be the death of the Owl as well. Silence here out on top of Mel. Mel needs to be able to make his way out, and this Tombstone just absolutely wreaking havoc. The Naga Song gonna try and reset the fight a little bit. The Tombstone finally expires, and meanwhile Jug 1v9ing on the bottom lane, just saying, all right guys, you guys do whatever you want, I'm gonna be farming.
classic Black Cat. I'm sure in the sheep chat they're saying things about Black Cat, right?
Yeah.
But he's just having a cup of tea, clicking around in the jungle. Yeah, really nice fight for Saja Cats. I thought it was going to go the way of sheep when they got their initiation with Me So Mad, but managed to stay alive and get the return kills. Really nicely done by them.
Yeah, I'm kind of noticing at the moment on the sheep, they have this like initial burst of damage where they can like kill one of maybe two heroes, three if they get a few people grouped, but if one or two people survive, they just kind of just live. There's not enough damage without Juggernaut there or Viper being able to actually unload a whole bunch of damage. They're very reliant on these in these longer fights for Mel or Black Cat to be able to continue getting the pickoffs that they need. So you probably noticed it there, right? They spent so much to kill the DK and then they just couldn't kill anybody else. They just ran out of fumes.
Yeah, absolutely. And as soon as like Kidnap Van shows up, like, you know, Kidnap Van is well farmed, is sort of turning the fight. Going for a butterfly, excuse me, is the next item. And DK is going to have an Orchid of his own. I think these fights are only going to get more and more difficult for Sheep to execute.
Yeah, definitely agreed. All right, so opting up onto the 20 minutes. Of course, Torments are going to be the goal of choice here. Looks like Radiant pretty nicely set up other than Bob in the bottom lane. Nice wards here as well. This really deep one placed by Calpy right near the Watcher above the tier 2 top. It's really nice. Otherwise, there's this other one that's just been freshly planted by Tiger right on top of the Tormentor as well. They might be looking to bait the Torm rather than trying to fight it, as both teams are trying to make their way over there. No smoke grenade on the Dire side, but they are doing the scan, and they do actually go through the gate instead. They might find Juggernaut here. See where he ends up. He can always spin TP, which is what he's going to do right now. Nicely done.
Yeah, they're actually just going to give the Tormentor to Sean and the Sheep. They're going to take it themselves.
Oh,
no. They're going back to the gate.
Yeah, they actually saw this
epic fight.
Yeah, they see so many people on top of this ward here on the right. We'll see what they want to do. They might actually send the song. Yeah, they're waiting for the song timing. If you can see, it's about to come through. They need to get the stun immediately. They're going to get the song. Yeah, nice little stun here. Absolutely destroys them. Yeah, they needed the song before they went through. It was absolutely critical. Unfortunately, we'll see if the fight ends up going the way of the Saja Cats. But for now, absolute disaster for the Saja Cats. Gets absolutely deleted. It was a great idea, but they just needed Kidnap Van to press song before he went through on the other side, and they all went through all at the same time. But unfortunately thought he could press it beforehand, and they do manage to kill him before he's able to get that song. You saw him raise his hands, but did not put his hands up fast enough. Just gets absolutely deleted, unfortunately. Nice double stun from Me So Mad. And just like that, this extremely close game, as Sham has noted in the chat, kind of opens up a bit, Eeegor.
Yeah, that would have been such a sick play if he songed before going through the gate. He would have had them all there. They would have been totally set up. But yeah, like you said, he doesn't think they're sitting right on top of him ready. And so they end up taking the double stun, killing them off, take the Tormentor as well. And it's a 5k lead. Sheep are probably feeling pretty good after that one. Yeah,
that's a very critical moment in the game. I think when Saja Cats go back, if they do go back and watch this, they're probably going to be kicking themselves with how that went, because I think this might give the snowball potential for the Sheep to try and take all the tier 2s on their map, take the outstanding tier 1 up on the top lane. So that's a tough one, as we can take a look at the effect of that as well, right? Black Cat, Mel, and Me So Mad just all above about 10k gold. Meanwhile, Jackie and Kidnap Van a little bit lagging behind. Not too far, of course, but you can kind of see the effect of that, as well as the effect on Sean. Sean, top farms support right now. Doing very well. Quietly farming away.
Yeah, I think had a really good outcome from that fight, which is great. And still got that Grimoire waiting to use the level up here. Top.
Oh, top lane. They are going to get the glimpse here out on Black Cat. I think there's a little point where he can probably spin in time. He's going to be able to make his way out. He's going to 100% survive because of that silence, but needed to use that just while he was right at the end of that static storm. But for now, Black Cat does survive. Nicely done. TP's forced. Mel, of course, not the biggest TP used, but TP's forced nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, Mel has boots of travel, so doesn't care about the TP at all. Mel going a really interesting build here, by the way. Has gone the Aghanim's boots of travel, now finishing up a Crimson Guard almost. So really interesting sort of utility, a variance on the usual kind of utility build that you see on Viper.
Yeah.
I like it. I really like it. One thing I will point out, Me So Mad has a fresh BKB ready to go, so he's not going to get interrupted by any of those stuns or silences, and the BKBs are still quite far away for the Saja Cat cores. Muerta's only just started on it, so is the DK, so if Sean and the Sheep choose to press now, it's going to be really difficult for the Cats to defend without those BKBs, I think.
What's your take on this Jackie Orchid, right? So now they've got 2 Orchids, and it kind of increases the value of more dispels that you have in the game. Like, what's your take on this? What do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think we've both seen Jackie play a lot of DK, and Jackie really favors the Blink Orchid build. So maybe just kind of autopiloting on what they know.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I don't think they needed more than one, because Jug has a Manta anyway. Viper's obviously going to get a BKB. Sand King has the BKB. I'm not sure how much value they're really going to get out of it.
Oh, hold that thought. Bottom lane. The song does come through. They are going to find Sand King on the side. Definitely could have reacted in time. They are going to send the ulti on top of Mel here. I don't know if this is the best person to go through. Mel, he forgot to press BKB on Me So Mad. Oh, what a disaster. What's he doing? Gets absolutely deleted when he blinks in. Mel, in the meantime, probably was relying on his team to try and send the ulti to try and save him. Absolute disaster of a fight. Me So Mad forgets to press BKB. They are going to get the spin TP out. He is going to survive. I think Tiger does not have the glimpse available, and oh my goodness, you absolutely hate to see it. What's he doing, Eeegor? Why did he press BKB?
Oh, that is so rough. Like, maybe he wasn't expecting to be in the silence when he jumped in, but just got obliterated. Does not use that BKB, and that is obviously the net worth is swinging back a little bit, but it's kind of a similar misplay to Kidnap Van, not pressing that sleep before going through Portal, right?
Exactly.
Same sort of result. So, couple of sort of little errors here on both sides so far, and the game evens back up a little bit after that.
Oh man, I can tell the comms right now on Sean the Sheep is probably very question mark in the chat, yeah, that's very questionable. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them in the ass later on. Hopefully they won't come back. I mentioned before they're going to go back and watch a replay and be like, this is the moment where it all went wrong. I think if this Sean the Sheep would lose this game, I think they're going to go back and be like, brother, what the... Probably just had a little bit of a brain fart, unfortunately. Probably wasn't expecting to be slept over there on the side. So I can understand it, but it's just truly unfortunate. So see where they go over for this. But meanwhile, I don't think all hope is lost because Black Cat is still farming up a storm, almost has his talisman of evasion for his butterfly. Naga Siren is here, does hit the Manta out on Black Cat. Is going to be able to spin away. Yeah, 100% fine. Nicely done.
Yeah. Calpy going this pipe first item, by the way, obviously super valuable against Shaun the Sheep with all the magic damage that they have. And the one kind of big effect of those... Oh, hold that thought. Are they going to go? No, they're going to let Black Cat walk away.
Yeah.
I think the one really big effect of those kills bottom is that it accelerated the BKB timings. So Jackie is about 800 gold away, only 200 gold away on the Muerta, which means that fights are going to be on really even terms from here forwards for Cats. Or for Saja Cats, where we thought that there was going to be a window for Shaun the Sheep to do stuff. So, yeah, it'll be, like you said, if we see the, if they go back and watch that replay, they probably look at that as a pivotal moment. I'm kind of surprised there was no tips after that from Me So Mad. Shaun the Sheep's usually the kind of team that would throw some tips out there.
Yeah.
On their teammates.
I feel like they're, I feel like they've maybe had like a bit of an internal discussion, try to talk about discipline a little bit. Maybe they feel like...
on Viper.
Oh, okay. They are going to find him. He does get netted. He's going to be sent into that silence as well. I think he's going to be 100% fine here. This Crimson Guard is still going to be fine, but they are going to have to use that Pierce the Veil on Muerta to finally get the kill. But the BKBs do come through. Me So Mad this time, not forgetting to press it. He's going to need to press the ult. He does have the mana for it now. He's going to be able to blink in a moment. Does come through. It's going to be so much damage on the backline, as well as the fear. It does come through. Oh my god, it's an absolute disaster for Saja Cats. The absolute wombo combo doing so much here. Calpy, the only survivor for now, but not for much longer. They do kill this Viper, but for what? They do get that huge wombo combo with all of their spells hitting for absolute maximum value, and you can see the value of that Sand King ulti, Eeeegor, when BKB is pushed. Holy moly.
Yeah, remember to cast BKB, win the fight.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, they blew so much killing the Viper, like you said, and he's so tanky. He's got the Aghanim Scepter, got the Crimson Guard, got an Ogre Axe. He's got the Caustic Bath, was standing in the Nether Toxins, so really tough to go on him there. Blow a lot of resources, and the team comes and cleans up, and this will probably be Roche from here, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think let's take a look at the ulti status on the side of Radiant. They don't have Song, they do have DK form, and they do have Pierce the Veil. They might have enough, they might feel like they have enough to actually take the fight here. Naga Siren does send out the illusions to try and find this, as well as the scan. The stun does come through to kill those illusions straight away. We'll see what they want to do. They are have the rainbow TPs here. Calpy is going to come through. Going to send out the decay. Not going to make any difference though, because there comes Viper. Going to send in a few bit of damage. DK probably feels pretty safe that Viper Strike is used. Huge bonds as well. Needs to be very, very careful with his bonds timing. The Tombstone is here as well. Black Hat going to try and make their way out. Doesn't not have a glimpse anymore. A way to stop that glimpse. They are going to kill Al on the backside. They does get the glimpse through here on Black Hat. Black Hat is going to have to use his Aegis here. Almost certainly does come through the net as well. This Tombstone doing way too much damage, doing way too much value as well. Black Hat gets a spin while orchided. Very interesting. Must have been a frame perfect for both of them happening. They are going to get the stun. Does have Manta in 10 seconds. The glimpse comes through as well. They are going to send the break. Black Cat is going to have to stand and fight. Has no other choice. Is surviving for now. Mel is trying to zone a little bit. Is sort of working. They do get the heal. We have to be very careful. It does only take 2 hits to kill that healing ward. And just like that, somehow they managed to take the fight without all those ultis that were available on the Dire side. Huge team fight there, Eeeegor, and I'm not really sure who came out on top. When it comes to gold, of course it is the Radiant, but in just a moment, all those ultis are going to be back up again.
Yeah, I mean, the important thing is they got the Aegis, right? They took it off the Juggernaut, they got a couple of kills, so I think you're happy if you're Radiant. I just want to shout out Calpy with how that fight was done there, because they could have obviously run into the pit with Song and they would have been fighting in sort of open ground. But I think Calpy recognizes we want to fight in the kill zone of this ramp. I'm going to put my Tombstone up here. So Calpy actually walks down, baits them out of the pit to chase him up the hill. His whole team is waiting behind him. And as you said, that Tombstone did so much work and they were able to use that space to zone the team to get their kills. So really well executed from Saja Cats on how they played that.
100%. Yeah, Calpy playing very, very well this game. He's Undying, showing us how it's done. Playing very, very well in that support. Has always played very well, but definitely probably not very known for his Undying, but definitely showing us how powerful he is on it. All right. Meanwhile, on items, take a quick look. Muerta, we haven't really checked in on her a little bit. Does have that BKB, does have that Mjolnir, which is nice to see. Aghanim's being queued up here on Disruptor. Meanwhile, Naga Siren going for the Skadi. I think great choice. More stats, always very good. DK has got that BKB, as we mentioned, and going to be going for the Bloodthorn. I'm seeing insane value for Lotus, by the way, on the Dire team. We'll see if they are opting for it. Undying, going for a Lotus himself, as well as that Pipe. Sand King has got his Ags finished now. That's very, very important. Going for a Shivas. That's going to be a really, really critical item for him. Although somewhat countered by the Pipe, but we'll see where they go. Willow has the 4-staff and Yules. Opting for the Wind Waker. What do you make of this Wind Waker on the Willow?
I guess it's like there's a lot of kind of soup circles that people get stuck in with the Radiant team. So the Wind Waker can save themselves, save other people.
Hold that thought.
Well,
they are going to jump in here on Me So Mad. They are going to find Naga Siren. Does get the sleep off. They're going to send the ulti. Does cancel the TP. Meanwhile, on the backline, they are sending the ult. Kidnap Bandits. TP is going to be able to be cancelled earlier because of that chaotic offering. They do only find one, but it's an important one.
Yeah, really, really weird play there, kind of going in with the song and then TPing away. I didn't actually see, did Me So Mad find him first? Is that what happened?
Yeah, initially found him on Me So Mad and then tried to song TP, but Sean had the cast range to be able to interrupt with Chaotic Offering. Mostly because of his neutral, so nicely done from Sean.
Yeah, fair enough. This close game is blowing out. This net worth lead is increasing for Sean the Sheep. They're rolling, they're feeling it now. And even though they use the Warlock ult, they know that the Naga's dead and does not have Song, so they're going to go push high grounds. Yeah. I think this is the right move here.
100%. I agree. They still have two very important ultis up on their side. Of course, they have Omni Slash, newly minted Ags. He does have that Swift Slash as well on Black Cat. Can probably 100-0 either of the supports with this. The ulti does come out here on Mel, probably just zoning. Yeah, almost certainly just zoning while Black Cat takes the towers. It's going to be stuck inside of this this disruptor fence for now, but doesn't really care. Netted, just going to spin it away. Nicely done. The other ulti, of course, available to them was that epicenter, and they recognize that. They give up the racks, and the Sheep taking first blood when it comes to the racks is here. Eeeegor looking very nicely for them.
Yeah, the problem when you're playing a POS 3 Naga like this, you're building as a carry, essentially. You're not building kind of POS 3 items, right? So obviously when Orchid First has now picked up a Blink, actually, to help with the initiation, but it makes the lineup really greedy. Your carry is Muerta, who wants to farm a lot. You've got a DK in mid, who also is farm heavy and, you know, has a little bit of playmaking, but really wants items. Naga doing the same thing. So 3 cores that really want to get to the point where they've got 4 or 5 items and then fight. Whereas Sean and the Sheep, they've got the Juggernaut as the carry, and the rest of their heroes are sort of utility, constantly brawling. And you see that playing out as this game gets further along. So I feel like unless Saja Cats can somehow stall for the next 15 minutes and get another round of full items up, Sean the Sheep might have the momentum they need here to take an unassailable lead.
Yeah, it's getting to that kind of point, isn't it? That unassailable lead. I like that. I really feels very, very like the doom feels impending in a sense. Like I really can't really see how Radiant take the fights where it looks good for them while Dire have their ultis available. I think Dire feel that as well. They're just going to send Mel up here. Doesn't have the shard, but probably feels like he doesn't need it. Sends out the ulti on top of Maple Story Addict here on the Jackie. Just a little bit of zoning while he tries to take the fight here. And Mel's just basically saying, hey, brother, if you want to fight, go ahead. But I have my Warlock behind me who now has his ulti back up. I have my Sand King behind me who now has his ulti up, as well as that. Oh, on the back line, hold that. Looks like they are going to try and take that fight. They don't see Sand King. That's a really important one. Sand King is going to need to be able to get a huge fight here. They send out the Glimmer. Meanwhile, on the backside, they are going to send the huge Omni Slash on top of Bob. Bob tanks it all, but meanwhile, Me So Mad sends out the ulti. On the meanwhile, Kidnap Band gets deleted. Sean was #1 casualty here as well. Al being chased down by Calpy. Black Cat is going to be able to try and find a fight, but they do TP out on top of the DK here. Nicely done. Calpy going to be the next victim here to Black Cat's chops, and even with that completely whiffed Omni Slash on top of Bob, the fight is just absolute disaster. Just was it 2 people dying there? Sean and Al, the 2 subs, and I'm pretty sure Sean bought back. Oh,
Ooh.
Bob does get ulti. The Viper Strike does come through. He's chilling there inside there. The BKB isn't going to run out in a second. In any moment, he can just stun out from Miso Mad. He's going to survive for now. Does almost get hit by that stun. Meanwhile, Black Cat gets jumped on. They are going to have the Pierce the Veil again. Black Cat just spinning away. And this is what I was saying at the start of the draft. Yeah, you're in Pierce the Veil. I can do no damage, but I'm just going to spin and run away. Nicely done from the Dire team. They can probably look to reset if they choose to. Well, if it's me, I'm saying just one more Roche, guys, and I'm going high ground.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's like the Naga gets about as good initiation as you could ask for. There doesn't quite catch the Juggernaut, but Juggernaut whiffs Omni Slash, even with a full whiffed Omni Slash. Takes the fight, they kill the two supports, the Warlock fires back. Warlock didn't even have to use ult either. Pretty sure they could have forced the issue with Chaotic Offering if they wanted, but they're going to play it safe. They take the tower, they take a bit more of a lead, and you know, if you can't win a fight with that sort of initial jump with the song, I don't know how you win a fight from here, unless you're stalling for a long time and getting more items on your 3 cores.
Yeah, it's tough. I really feel like they're basically relying on Shaun the Sheep now to make a mistake with their positioning, so that Kidnap Van can get that huge song into the double ulti. The double ulti being, sorry, the Static Storm as well as the Tombstone Zombies being built up. I really feel like that's the only way that they can kind of start a fight. But don't forget, it's not an Ags Disruptor ulti. That's still not finished yet. So they can always press BKB and walk out of that ulti. So I don't even think that's enough.
Yeah. The Juggernaut has Swift Blink completed, by the way.
Oh, does Swift Blink in. He's going to send the ulti out on the backside. Kills Tiger. Kidnap Van also being the next victim. You can tell the confidence that they're playing with here on Shaun the Sheep. They absolutely delete that very important hero, that Naga Siren. They are going to blink in a second. They are going to catch them all, and this might be the mistake they were waiting for. Maple Story is here as well. Sends out the BKB very early, kind of wasted. They don't have the Disruptor ulti. The Glimmer comes through, is still surviving here on the Warlock. Warlock needs to press ulti, is still silenced. Sends out the ulti, hits a double on the backside. Mel still somehow alive. The Mel coming through as well, and these Fatal Bonds doing way too much damage. Black Hat on the backside, going to be able to kill Kidnap Band. The tip comes through from Mel, the first one finally, when he feels like the game is won, and that is going to probably be all she wrote, Eeeegor, after that amazing team fight. Great little counter initiation there from the Shaun the Sheep, and I don't know, I feels like even if they're only 10k behind, I'm not sure if that even works for them.
No, I mean, like, they are trying to kill Mel first, but Mel is so tanky. So tanky. They really need to find the Warlock or the Willow, ideally both of them, and kill them first. Worry about the Viper later, but too many problems to deal with, and yeah, that will be all she wrote by the looks of it.
Yeah, just a couple of kills on the cleanup coming through. Nicely done from Niz. Black Hat using that Swift Slash to get the kill. GG is called here from Calp, and that is going to be a fairly decisive game number 1 here, or other than a couple of mistakes with some BKB usage. What do you think?
Yeah, they looked really good. I think, look, Killari says it in chat. I can't believe they tried that without Static Storm. You know, you really need that Static Storm to make that blink sleep work with a Naga. I think that Saja Cats had some really interesting ideas, but the POS 3 Naga does not work out in the end. Feels like it should have been carry, and they should have gone with some utility from their POS 3. And I think that if they did that, the game maybe goes another way. But Shaun of the Sheep, yeah, couple of small mistakes. The notable one being Miso Madness BKB, and in the end, they take the match pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
After what 20 minutes of being kind of dead even. So, yeah, 1-0 to Shaun the Sheep so far.
Yeah, very nicely done from them. Honestly, like, do you think it was that song at the first torm? Is that where it all went wrong? Could they have come back from that? I felt like they could have, especially with that unfortunate BKB usage or non-usage from Miso Mad, but I feel like that's where it all went wrong.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest kind of glaring error. I think they could have come back from it, but obviously it's a huge one. They lose 3 of their heroes. They lose the Tormentor, so it's a 5k gold swing. I think regardless, they could have come back, but they tried to fight a lot with their draft, and I think they were getting further behind in items. Like, Naga doesn't want to fight on even net worth. Naga wants to be way ahead, soaking up a bunch of the map. Muerta's the same, right? Muerta wants a bunch of items to be able to fight. You don't want 2.5, 3 items. You want 4 or 5. And then the DK kind of built into the Orchid first blink, so maybe felt like needed to make something happen.
Yeah, in the end, just a sort of even net worth matchup favors the dire team at that stage of the game. So yeah, they take it in a pretty straightforward way from there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. At the Naga 3, I think the idea with the Naga 3 could be good. Because here's how I'm thinking about it, right? They just play on this like frontline kind of like DK and Muerta, right? And as soon as they see the initial initiation happen, they can send the song, right? They play on this like counter initiation level rather than initiation level. Once they get to this like even net worth where they feel like the game is not at the point they want it to play at that point they can basically, like, we harped on and on about how important their ultis were, right? I feel like they could have played for this counter initiation on the Naga Siren. There was a lot on this Naga Siren to do, and that's just sort of as a function of their draft. So I think they could have definitely come out with the win, like you said, but I think the execution was very, very difficult for them.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, if you're going to use Naga that way, why does it need to be pos 3? Surely
Yeah,
you can do the
exactly.
same thing with support, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I feel like Kidnap Van is such a talented player. Obviously, really good with all the micro heroes. You know, is really good with kind of high impact playmakers. And while he obviously microed his illusions and played Naga quite well, I don't think it gives him a chance to live up to the potential that he has with other heroes. So, you know, I think there's probably a better pick for them. I like the idea that they're cooking, they're trying something new. I also, we talked about the Warlock first pick, the very first pick coming out of the game, ends up working out for them. So it's nice to see teams trying something a bit different with a new patch. But I think maybe on the side of Saja Cats, they went a bit too far into trying to cook something here. They end up overcooking.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Just taking a look at the changes that were for Warlock. Let's see, level 15, kind of nerfs across the board, to be honest. Level 25 talent is very nice, I'll say, but mostly nerfs across the board. But I guess they felt like they want to try this Warlock, and you're right, it did work out for them this time. But I have to see where they want to go from here. But they are jumping into the second game. I'm going to take a quick water break, my friend. I'll be back in just a moment. But I'll be back in like a minute or two. Be right back. Alrighty, my friend, I'm back.
Welcome back. So just thinking about the ladder now, so both teams were kind of even on 3 losses. Saja Cats have now lost a game, so for them to get themselves a potential playoff for a higher seeding with Shaun and the Sheep, they really need to win this game now, and then win their last series. I'm not sure who it's against.
My guess is Tort the Minis, considering they've only played 2. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so it must be Tort then. So actually, no, I think Saja Cats played Tort first. So it might be Little Piggies, actually.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, you assume they're going to win that series. So if they can win this against Shaun the Sheep, make this series 1-1, they'll force a potential tiebreaker situation for however the seeding plays out.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. All right, so we are into game number 2 here, Igor. And if you're on the Saja Cats, is the only adjustment you're thinking, hey, let's get rid of this? We tried the Naga 3, let's try something a little bit more stable, or like, what do you think? Did the Muerta work for you?
I think the Muerta worked fine. They had a good lane. He sort of got out of lane. I think that maybe they were Muerta was forced into fighting a bit early by the game situation. I think other than that, Muerta was doing okay. She got her Maelstrom the same time Jug got Battle Fury. They were pacing themselves to net worth, farming away. So I think Muerta's all right. I think that in my eyes, the biggest problem of the draft was the POS 3 Naga. And I think that if you adjust that, the game plays out in a much different way. Saja Cats do have first pick this time around, so it'll be interesting to see what they choose to do with it. They've already banned 2 of the heroes from last game, so it's going to be a different draft either way.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Meanwhile, Shaun the Sheep, I actually didn't take a quick look at their bans in the first game. I probably should have, but looks like they're going to be banning out this Windrunner. Windrunner's an interesting one, but Dawnbreaker and other really important first pick heroes. I do feel like this Timbersaw hero is still first pick, first ban. I think this hero is still insanely strong. But we'll see where they want to go from here, especially with Viper banned, right?
Yeah, I think so. They did ban the Dawnbreaker. That was their first ban last time. I think they banned the Windranger as well, and the Abba. So I think they must have done some scouting and some targets. I mean, Dawnbreaker, both Bob and Kidnap Van play that hero. Like, Bob will first pick that hero from mid if he wants it. Ooh, the Kidnap Van Magnus coming out to play. Love to see it.
That's a classic. I don't know. I always say, like, I don't know, this Magnus looks pretty meh, but then sometimes it just Kidnap Van does Kidnap Van things and just cooks with it. We'll see what they want to do with it. Knowing Al, he's going to be picking like some like instant cast stuns, but like Shadow Shaman, Rubik. Jakiro might also be another one. I think Void Spirit, by the way, very, very good against Magnus. If you're in a position where you're ahead, you can just put the Void Spirit Remnant on top of the person who you think is going to be kidnapped, and just will always have an opportunity to respond. So I think that's another angle they can go for. But we talked about it last time. Warlock was available, but this time they're opting for the Jakiro instead, and the Jakiro hero, very, very powerful.
Yeah, so interesting. When we played Shaun and the Sheep, we had Kidnap Van with us, and he played Magnus both games. So game 1, Shaun and the Sheep tried to counter it with the Clockwork.
Yeah.
And it went okay, but we ended up beating them. Game 2, they picked the Jakiro, and the Jakiro did very well. So I think they're probably going back to their experience there, and that the Jakiro was successful. Saja Cats banned the Clockwork anyway. They don't want anything to do with it, which is fair enough. Shaun of the Sheep banning out Rubik, which is interesting. I mean, the support players on Saja must be Rubik players, and I guess you don't want to give
Ice Path,
the Jakiro spells to Rubik. And also Rubik has nice setup for Magnus.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Jakiro in general, probably like the best lane winning support at the moment. This hero is just like super powerful. I think Treant, by the way, is kind of like a melee Jakiro right now. I think this Treant hero with the new changes pretty strong. I don't know. What's your take on this Treant hero? Have you had a look at it at all?
Well, I am a Treant enjoyer.
Yeah.
I love that hero, and that hero has been pretty dead for a long time, unfortunately. But I really enjoy the changes. Honestly, I think Treant can be played 1 through 5 at the moment.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of people that have been experimenting with POS 3 tree. I actually think it's better in POS 2 if you want to play it core because of the levels, but it could end up being a carry that you just let farm too. I still think it's really good as support. It is in a weird place. I feel like it's actually similar to Kunkka right now, where some of the stuff that they do lends itself to support, and some of it lends itself to being a sort of semi-DPS utility core. So it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out. I played it once, and I had a great time. So I'm back on the tree bandwagon.
Yeah, I think this. I think the Q ability, not Q, sorry, the new Leech Seed. This thing's just a menace in the lane, man. It's so powerful. Yeah. It's basically like, unfortunately, it's a melee version, but it's basically like a melee version of the Jakiro. The fire hit and the rain and the ice hit. I think that's really, really powerful. So, yeah, do you think this hero could be very, very good? I think Crimson Guard is the item on the hero. You just press your ulti and then Crimson Guard, and suddenly you have like giga damage block. That's my take, but we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be the meta or not, if it even is picked at all. But we'll see how it goes here. But meanwhile, back into this draft, Shaun the Sheep, Ursa being the follow-up. This is such a powerful lane, and they did already see the pos 3 here. Skywrath Mage being one of these heroes which I think can sort of contest the Jakiro, being 600 range, doing way too much damage with the nukes. And I know that I think Calpy is the pos 4 player. I'm pretty sure that he is very, very powerful on Skywrath Mage as well. So see where they want to take it from here. They do have another pick coming. Probably going to be their other support here. Wouldn't be surprised if they just opt again for the Disruptor. But they're going to take the Warlock this time.
Ooh, I mean, Calpy plays a pretty good Warlock, I think, as well. So, but I assumedly Tiger can play it too. Yeah, very interesting. I think... Yeah, Ursa is an interesting pickup here. I think Ursa works out pretty well against the Magnus. I mean, Magnus is not going to have a fun time in lane now. We'll need to play a bit defensive. So, yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how this goes.
I don't know if you played much against this Scarif hero recently, but like, dude, it's obnoxious to verse in the lane, man. The Q, like, when you get like the triple null tally or double null tally, the Arcane Bolt, man. Dude, for 70 mana, it does way too much damage. It's insane. Yeah.
I hate the shields. The fact that the Skywrath nukes you and then gets a shield, so you can't even trade back after the nuke has been used. I don't know if that's the most picked facet. That's the one that I noticed the most, I think, because I hate it. It is super annoying to play into. So
yeah. Super powerful. But here comes Centaur. Yeah. Centaur, one of those although slightly nerfed, I think very rock solid kind of offlaner, right? Kind of just survives a whole bunch because of that Rawhide innate, which was slightly nerfed, as well as the item build that it's usually opts for. You're going to have to be a little bit careful with their carry pick here. With Centaur in the pool, Crimson Guard can be on the table very, very early. So if they pick some sort of like Ilu hero again, like this Naga or something else in that same fashion, they will need to be very, very careful with what they pick here. So see what they go for. We'd like to see a save support, I think, for Shaun the Sheep here. Maybe Tusk. But I don't think Al plays it. See what they want to go for here.
Yeah. So the other thing about Centaur, really good for disengaging. There you go, Disruptor. Solid. Yeah. Some nice circles there, some nice combos with the Chikiro. So Warlock wants you to fight in one spot, right? So that Warlock can channel the slow, the AoE slow. Centaur lets you disengage, get away from that, get away from the Golem and kind of reset. So yeah, I think really nice hero to play against that too.
Really good later on against Troll as well. You can just press your Workhorse, grab the dude that whoever the Troll is hitting, and just like, okay, Troll, you hit me instead, and Centaur almost certainly going to be tanky enough to survive that. Also, a little bit dangerous to pick this. Like, whenever I see Centaur, for some reason my head always goes to how good is Workhorse and how good is Crimson Guard, because that's like one of his powerhouses, right? So right now, Centaur is looking very, very powerful against these heroes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Shaun the Sheep's draft is very nicely rounded already, and they have a lot of things they could choose to do with their mids. Yeah, that being said, Saja Cats have some good stuff going as well. And Troll does make the game pretty unplayable for Ursa in the carry-to-carry matchup in a bubble. So obviously you've got the Centaur there, like you said, you've got the Workhorse. But if it ends up in a Troll-Ursa sort of fight with the two of them isolated, Troll is going to mop the floor. So this will be, very interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think maybe it was leaned a little bit more even with the old Ursa Shard, where he could like hop just to get 1.5 extra or 1.3 extra seconds of enrage. Maybe that lets you survive through some of the ulti on the Troll Warlord. But as it is right now, I think you're 100% right. I don't think he has enough enrage uptime to be able to survive the Troll just wailing on him in a pure 1v1 man fight. So see where it goes from here. The Timbersaw completely ignored, by the way, in this until this point in the draft. So nicely done from them, be banning that out. And here comes the Ember. This is a Jackie classic,
right?
Yeah, 100% right.
Yeah. I really good against the Centaur, right? You want to disengage, but Chain Gang can catch you. I think it's a very good pick here.
Yeah.
So I like what they're doing. It is interesting that Sheep they picked the Ursa with their with their second pick right after the ban phase. They could have banned out the Troll if they wanted to, instead of that Rubik. But they did favor banning out the Rubik, and they left the bad carry matchup in there. So
Yeah, I think
we'll have to see what happens.
honestly, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why they banned the Rubik here. It seems a little bit weird to me. I think a Scarif Mage ban would have made a little bit more sense. You're right, the one-to-one matchup for Troll as well would have been a great ban, but this is a hero I haven't seen in a long time, Eeeegor. OD! What's this guy doing here?
Mel OD. Okay. Well, I guess they're going to win the lane. They're going to be able to hide the Troll. They're going to be able to cause a lot of mayhem here. OD is good against the Magnus as well, right? Yeah, Magnus jumps in, you can interrupt the skewer back, you can hide whoever they're trying to skewer. So I am surprised actually that Saja let the OD through, because anytime Kidnap Van tells us to draft in Magnus, he wants the OD banned as one of the mid possibilities. So
okay.
very interesting. And it is Kidnap Van drafting actually. So I guess they just had other priorities, weren't thinking about it. Maybe they didn't think Mel was an OD enjoyer, but yeah, this is. I was going to say I favored the Saja Cats draft, but I'm not sure with that OD now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of value, rather, I think a lot of the game for the tempo setting, sorry, is on the Saja Cats supports right now, specifically Calpy. I think Calpy honestly has the ability to run this whole game. I think if he's in the right spot at the right time in the first 7 minutes, I'm pretty sure he can set up his entire team for success. He has a lot of setup on every single lane to be able to do something. Troll, even though he has that low int and low mana, he can contribute a lot to the lane with two nukes. Range slow, the blind does get on top of someone with a little bit of help. With that slow as well from Scarif Mage, should be able to find a whole bunch of kills on the off lane, even if it is Centaur, even if it is Disruptor. Should be quite powerful. I'm really going to look to Calpy to see what they want to do here. Meanwhile, on the other side, I think they just need to have stable lanes here, and they need to be calling out where movement's coming out. And I think a lot of that's going to be on the hands of the supports, both Sean and Al, to try and make that happen. I do think the lanes should go pretty well for them if Calpy doesn't have insane impact here.
Yeah. I mean, look, a Jakiro Ursa lane is just one of the strongest lanes you can have in the safe lane, right?
Yeah.
The Kidnap Van is going to have to play so safe. Maybe he can get some good skewers back. But even with the Skywrath with him, I think it's going to be tough. And then you've got a Centaur Disruptor, which is a very nasty lane as well to be playing into. So and then the OD, you know, OD is going to have a good time in mid. So yeah, I would say lanes favor Sheep.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Saja, if Saja make it out of lanes okay, then they're probably in with a good chance, but we will see.
Going to be a smoke grenade clash. Here. Yeah, Sean, smoke breaks. They are going to run into Tiger here. Tiger, AFK from his keyboard right now, not even looking. They do hit the huge bonds, but they aren't going to be able to take advantage of it. That was a 4-man bonds, but Tiger just being absolutely deleted. Wasn't looking at his screen, checking his Instagram notifications. His best friend sent him a reel. But unfortunately, that's going to be the first blood on the way of Sean the Sheep. This one time going to Sean. Mel probably very upset that it's going to Sean. But Jakiro, one of the better people to get that first blood, because the boots, insanely powerful on that Jakiro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, going for a cheeky first blood play here top on Sean the Sheep.
Looks like, yeah, they want to try and find the SOP. It's kind of smart from them. Block the creep wave here. Bob is going to be possibly the target. Nah, they're not going to be able to find anything here. They just need to get out of the lane here on Jakiro. Black Hat's not going to be able to survive for too long here. And Sean did start with the dual breath. Needs to get level 2 to try and contribute a little bit more here. Calpy is going to trade hits here. Don't think he needs to trade hits. I don't think it's going to go very well for Sean here. He's always going to be at a disadvantage when he gets slowed.
Yeah.
I just had a thought.
Sean went.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, mine's a complete aside about the OD. So you, if you got something to say about the.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Sean went the dual breath to get that first blood, right? Obviously ran into the team there, so sacrifices the laning a little bit. But Calpy's actually taken more damage here in the end. So
yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I was gonna say about this OD. It's weird. It's like a. Do you remember back when we had the half rainbow or Chris as our carry?
Yep.
Oh, this reminds me of it's like season 1 of Champions League. You know what I mean? Like the season 1 of the anime. Oh, bottom lane. They are gonna be able to go here, but reminds me of season 1 of that anime, like a throwback, because Mel back then used to play OD every so often as well. I don't think we've seen it since then.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true. Yes, I remember Chris's OD used to give us nightmares.
Yeah,
so, I remember that all too well.
Yeah. All right, so Mel finally getting a couple levels up in this Astral Imprisonment. I think the lane right now kind of even, but I think that should change as time goes on. For now, it looks like it's just gonna be a little bit of a farm fest here. Maple Story Addict Jackie doing very well in the mid lane, 13-1. Mel 19-2. 9-2. Me So Mad doing very well as well. Black Cat a little bit of struggling here, but only because the lane position is just like kind of miserable right now. Getting that pull down from Sean to try and bring that back. Should be the death of Calpy here. Does not commit. Unfortunate.
Doesn't have a blood grenade. Does have boots, but no blood grenade, which I think you need is on Jakiro to hit that timing. Kidnap Fan.
Cup's a little bit harassed, not the worst.
Yeah, I tried to go for the skewer, but misses it in the end. This lane has potential to be spicy on both sides, right? As soon as someone gets out of position, there could be deaths down here.
Yeah, Kidnap Van is going to cop a lot of damage here. Needs to be careful here on Sean. He's going to get the nuke. He's going to press his spell, his healing. Kidnap Van is going to try and get the kill, but this is going to definitely be the death of him with that last little club from Black Cat. Black Cat somehow giving up some CS to get a kill here, Eeeegor. What's going on?
Probably got yelled at his team from last game. No, very nicely done. I'm not sure why Kidnap Van chooses to skewer forwards there rather than skewering away to safety, but yeah, in the end, feeds a kill to Black Cat. Black Cat's pretty happy. Recovers some CS as well.
Yeah, Sean needs to bring out some regen here so he can keep playing to secure kills for Black Cat, but definitely doing very well here in the bottom lane. Let's take a quick look at top lane. Bob here, 14-5, doing not too bad. I think this lane is kind of passive for both teams. What do you think?
Yeah, Troll's not going to kill Centaur. Centaur should not kill Troll. I think the supports are just going to trade CS with harass with each other. So I wouldn't imagine there are kills coming out of it. But that being said, they're throwing some hits out at the moment.
Oh, sorry, I was responding to Volkor in the chat. Yeah, Sean the Sheep is 1 up at the moment. Me So Mad. Managing to survive. Yeah, quite a bit of damage comes out with these bonds and 2 levels of Shadow Word. Al needs to bring out some regen for sure. Stay in here. They need to be a little bit careful. Meanwhile, Maple Story Addict Jackie kills Mel. Too much damage from the Searing Chains.
Yeah, I did not see that happen, but that is wild to get the solo kill there on the Ember pre-level 6 as well. Well done to Jackie. I mean, playing his signature hero, so, would expect nothing less from Jackie on Ember Spirit.
Yeah. Very, very powerful. Oh, stacks coming through here from Al. 3 stack on both the new medium camp and that ancient camp. Nicely done for him. I don't think the Centaur can eventually take it at some point, but I think now that Mel's got a bit of a reset, and as long as he has the Astral Imprisonment up to dodge some of that damage from Ember Spirit, I think he should be fine. Oh, bottom lane. Sean stepping up a little bit too hard and just getting deleted.
Yeah, he was trying to pull that hard camp, and Calpy threw a spell at the right time, so all the creeps were hitting Sean as well. He was taking hits from Calpy, hits from the creeps, and then Kidnap Fan just throws out a shockwave to finish it off.
Yeah, nicely done from him. Now, they need to be a little bit careful here. I did mention I think Calpy can kind of run this game. There's a 6-minute rune about to spawn here. Calpy heading for it right now. We'll see where Jakiro wants to TP. I think this is a really important where he wants to go with this TP, if he even wants a TP at all. He's going to get down to the bottom lane, and this is going to be a guaranteed rune for the Dire team. It's probably going to go to Calpy. Yeah, Calpy takes it. He's going to be able to make his way out. He's going to send that illusion runes to the bottom. I thought they were going to try something there on Mel, but killing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you really need to control the runes against the Ember Spirit, right? Oh, Jackie's going.
Yeah, they jump on Kidnap Van as well on bottom. Jackie, mid lane. No, he's leaving. He's leaving for now. Mel does have the rock
Level
if he chooses
6.
to.
Oh,
Choosing not to. Probably saw he had the shield, right? From the Ember shield. Flame guard.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. He had an interesting timing window there where Mel did not quite have level 6, but Mel gets it on that wave. And so no kills had in the from that little scuffle.
Oh, Tiger. Thought he was going to try and yoink the XP, but opts to just bail at the last moment. Al getting a nice stack here. Actually, did not get a stack on either of those camps to blow him, but good effort. XP runes going both ways for now. Slowing down a little bit now. They need to be a little bit careful. Yeah. Bro, look at the damage on this fucking concussive shot. Jesus Christ. That's so much damage, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. I think that Black Cat has done well not to bleed any weird sort of skewer plays here, because he obviously has to walk up to the wave to hit, and Kidnap Fan could have tried to exploit that with a shockwave and a skewer, but Black Cat's doing his thing, farming away.
Yeah, this is just I feel like this has kind of become like the Black Cat special a little bit. I don't know how you feel about it, but this guy is turning into this very reliable, powerful safe laner. I think he's doing very, very well. As Sean is going to be a little bit jumped here. Black Cat needs to turn around and hit Calpy here instead of Magnus, I think. It might be the death of him here. Does have the jump. Needs to get one more auto attack for this to kill. Will find it. Does find it for the pos 3. Look, he knows better than me. Nicely done. Al is going to have the glimpse in just a moment. Just sends out the ward here. Black Cat's torn. Did you see that? He was torn. He's like, oh, the creeps are there. I'm going to hit the creeps. But then Al's like, oh, there's a kill here. Trust me, brother. And Black Cat's, he saw the creeps. He saw the gold flashing before his eyes. And he couldn't pick which one to go for. And this time, he chooses the creeps, and wisely chosen. But as I was saying, I think this guy, he does a very, very good job. He's very, very stable carry. I think he's turned into a very, very powerful pulse 1 player.
Yeah. I mean, I think that Sean and the Sheep have figured out their overall game plan, right? Which is sort of make sure that Black Cat has enough space on a late game monster. He can get farm, hit his timings. They're going to make space on the other side of the map. You know, if they're losing, they're going to kind of split push, draw it out. But it's very much around Black Cat's timings to be able to carry them through. So, and I think he's adapted to that really well. So,
yeah.
Yeah, he's super solid. That being said, Troll's CS is pretty good as well. And this Ember Spirit actually has some really good CS too. So all the cores kind of doing what they need to do for now.
Yeah, both mid laners giving up the mid lane for their support to try and get some experience. Nicely done. Not sure if that's out of necessity or strategy, but either way, it's happening. Al very close
as a support player, I appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Quick checkup on Miso Mad here. Yeah, as expected, going straight for that what's this spell called? Crimson Guard. Going to be very, very important. Sean at the top lane as well, copying so much damage. That's going to be the death of Bob, or is it? There's going to be a lot of damage out here on Miso Mad. Living for now wasn't quite enough to get the damage, and the troll does manage to survive as well. Tiger managing to get level 6 at 10 minutes. Must have been doing such a good job with farming and getting in range of the pool. So nicely done from Tiger to get level 6 there, as well as the level 6 on the Skarath Mage.
Didn't even have to use Grimoire. That's a fast level 6 without Grimoire, so very nicely done. Keeps that troll alive, like you said. The troll did not have mana to ult there, or I'm sure that he would have. But in the end, retains that ult. And yeah, they do well, but Black Cat's net worth here. He's farming up a storm. Yeah.
Is a little bit harassed out on the bottom lane. Almost baits out that reverse polarity, by the way. Just then managing to use his ultimate to dodge. But Black Cat Ursa is going to be disconnected from the game. He messaged me. He rage quit. True.
Nice. Actually have level 6 on every... Oh, actually, Sean is about a creep wave away from it. But all the supports bar Sean are having level 6 right now, so I think we're going to see some spicy fights at this point with these timings being hit.
Yeah. I'm expecting there to be a lot of damage on the side of the Saja Cats. They have a lot of setup for Calpy to output huge amounts of damage with this Mystic Flare. Of course, Mystic Flare plus the Searing Chains, super powerful. As well as they have that Ancient Seal. Otherwise, they have the Mag ulti for anyone. Troll, if he gets on top of someone with all those roots. Another option. I think this should be a really nice Scarith Mage game here.
Yeah, for sure.
But overall, with how the game's going here, Eeeegor, what are you thinking? Are you happy being more on Radiant, or are you happy being on the Dire here?
I think you're probably happy on Radiant because Niz knows how good a start he's had. Like Niz is saying, guys, I'm gonna have a sub 14-minute Battle Fury here. He's doing well. They obviously did not manage to kill the troll there, which is a bit of a bummer, but I think you're happy with where things are at. That being said, Jackie's pushing mids. Does get a TP now from the OD.
Yeah. I think the big story for me is I think Jackie doing so well, right, in mid against this OD here, and OD traditionally are just absolute menace in the mid lane.
Setting up top for a fight.
Looks like it. Oh, here comes Jackie. He is going to find Al here, but yeah, the root, kind of a weird interaction if you ask me. The root does not stop you going through the twin gate, but might not make any difference. Jackie trying to dodge the disrupt glimpse rather, but the ulti does come through. It's going to be this nuke here from Calpy, probably going to be more than enough to get the kill here. Yeah, does come through. Calpy getting the kill, and that send back from Maple for Jackie is going to be pretty happy with this. Mag TPing in onto the top lane. They are going to find Centaur Warrunner. Centaur doesn't have a way to get out here. Sean is going to need to probably press some spells to try and survive, but is living for now. Huge ulti. Does get a huge ulti off, but I don't think it's going to make any difference because they are just going to be able to walk out. Bob popping quite a bit of damage. Just need a little bit of damage on top of that. It would have been really, really nice. But yeah, just for one, after all those rotations, not the worst. And Black Cat down here, even with the tower gone, pretty happy with this current position.
Yeah, I mean, probably has Battle Fury flying out right now, actually. Yeah, he does. So it's going to be a 13-minute, sub 13-minute Battle Fury, which is really nice. Yeah, I don't know if Owl needed to use the Static Storm down there in bottom. Like, obviously he was trying to prevent the kill, but I'm not sure you prevent that anyway. It's going to be back up soon, but that's 40 seconds you don't have to play with it. I think that Saja have done pretty well to kind of bait out a couple of spells and get some fights going their way. But the concern here has to be Black Cat. He's stretching way ahead of the troll. He's going to have the Battle Fury like 2 minutes before the troll does. And they're going to hit a pretty strong timing at some point.
Yeah. This, by the way, this Ursa's Battle Fury was 45 seconds faster than last game's Juggernaut Battle Fury. And I think the lane was worse for him this time with that Scarith Mage. But although I think Sean probably did a good job of taking all the heat off of him, so let me check that thought. Bob is chilling here in the trees into Miso Mad. Miso Mad is trying to siege the tower a little bit. Very close to that Crimson Guard. He's 40 gold. He's going to hit the stun. It's going to be a 5v1 here. I don't think he's going to get out here on Miso Mad. There's definitely going to be the death of him here, as that is the 4th death now on this Centaur. The 2nd, I apologize.
That's kind of a classic Miso Mad move, right? Be pushing the lane up so low by himself. Obviously, you need your pos 3 to take some heat and take some space on the map, but yeah, I see that and I'm like, yeah, that's Miso Mad. That's where I expect him to be. Oh, they did find a stack.
Yeah, this is very, very important.
This now.
They are coming in as 4. Maple Story addict Jackie's getting a little bit obliterated, but they are definitely going to be able to take all of this. They do come through. Huge ulti here from Owl, actually. Does get a huge 3-person Static Storm on the backline. Mel is A-clicking. Bob does get his ulti off. Huge RP on the backline. Mel isn't able to actually attack. Black Cat is still here. Does send the ulti. Is able to actually kill Bob. Meanwhile, the silence does come through from Calpy. Black Cat needs to survive, but is he going to? I don't think he's going to be able to. Needs to jump. Doesn't have a way to jump. Goes to Strength Treads, but just a moment too late. Gets deleted. Maple Story addict, even after that huge Static Storm, is gonna be surviving. The RP saving it for his team. Nicely done from Kidnap Van.
Wow, I really thought when I saw that Static Storm that was going to go sideways, but Calpy got Tiger got a really nice ult there to help stem things. They had a big Fatal Bonds in the middle. The RP, like you said, that yeah, I didn't actually see who got most of the creeps in that, who got the ancients, but big swing in the way of Saja Cats. Really well done.
Yeah. The only person really coming out ahead there was that Ursa. Ursa trying to get involved. That he should know better than trying to get involved with his team here on Black Cat. He needs to go and hit creeps, A-click the ground, do exactly what he needs to do as that carry. Meanwhile, Sean unfortunately wasn't there to try and contribute into that fight. That might have been a difference maker, especially into that huge static storm. I think he might have been dead or didn't have his TP available, but unfortunate either way. And now 15 minutes in, only a 2k net worth lead, but you're probably pretty happy if you're the Dire team right now.
Yeah.
Miso Mad does have that Crimson Guard quite finished up right now, sitting behind his team. Probably needs to find himself a Dispel sooner rather than later. Would like to see him get a Lotus perhaps, or going for the Blink instead. I can see that as well.
Yeah. By the way, did not notice this until now, and Killari said it in chat, but Mel hasn't gone for Midas on the OD. So he's playing Ultra Greedy. I mean, you know, he's doing well enough for the time being. His Black Cat goes down, actually.
Yeah, he does. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Mel is going to actually be targeted here. It's going to be the death of him with this silence from Calpy. The silence lasting so damn long, 6 seconds now at max level. And bottom, you're right, Black Cat does kill Bob with the assist of, I can only
Bob
assume...
kills Black Cat.
Sorry, yeah, Bob kills Black Cat with the assist of what I can only assume is Magnus.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
And this Ursa that had such a huge lead, the troll has essentially caught up now, is in the range, and yeah, farm is very much evening here.
Yeah, I really feel like a big story of this game so far, Igor, and you know, if you think otherwise, let me know, but I really feel like a big story of this game is this Centaur. We're not really feeling the power of him right now. We're not really contributing quite a lot, but hopefully that can change here. They did have the smoke, but they did come under this observer ward. They fully see them here on the Saja Cats. We'll see if they want to counter initiate at all, but yeah. What do you think of this the Centaur so far? You might need to hold that thought,
Yeah.
Kidnap fan. Oh, no. They're bailing. They're bailing.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I mean, 0, 3, and 3. So he's been there for a couple of kills. Has died 3 times, being too far up the lane. You know, a bit further back. I think the other stories has to be the net worth of the supports, right? As Kidnap Fan goes for a skewer play.
Nicely stunned from Miso Man.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the Skywrath, the Warlock, they're both above 4k net worth, 4.5k or so, and the 2 Radiant supports are 3k or under, so big differential there as well.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely feeling the Calpy effect, right? Like, this Scarth, when he gets to be able to press spells for free, it's extremely powerful, man.
Yeah. And Dire take a tier 2, uncontested.
Yeah, the bottom tier 2, it's hard to fight into them right now. They definitely are on the back foot from Shaun the Sheep. I think they do have the possibility to come back into this, especially Mel. That Midas beginning to pay off. Will take quite some time for it to pay off, but beginning to pay off. He's going to be able to start getting those Midas charges finally done, but yeah. Huge pause comes through as they jump on.
Yeah, unfortunate timing with that fight there and how it's starting.
Does not look good for the Radiant, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, there are spells down, obviously, on Jackie, but very separated from their team, and all of Dire is right behind there. Kidnap Van can jump in with some nice spells. They need Tiger back, and they need to tell him what's up and that he needs to get his butt over there.
Yeah, I think they are bailing. That's my prediction on Shaun the Sheep.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Chikiro is bailing. The Disruptor might be able to get out of it, but
yeah, it's looking grim.
Shaun is not long for this world.
Send the Crimson Guard. They do come in with from Kidnap Van. Shaun does send out the ulti. Miso Mad presses his ult as well. They are going to try and get out here. They do have a TP on Disruptor if need be. OD Courier is going to be sent back to base as well. And all things said and done, it's the Jakiro dying here, and you can't really ask for too much more.
Yeah, agreed. Ooh, mid.
Oh, Black Cat. Does use his blink and his hop, is silenced, doesn't have a chance to do anything, and Calpy says, brother, that's going to be the death of you.
That's the tip I'm looking for. Sean loves those little tips. You blink forward, you hop to get the CS, you are ripe for the picking there.
Yeah, unfortunate. That's tough. I think even if he had his even if he had both of his blink as well as his what's the spell even called? Earth Shock. Even if he had his Earth Shock, I don't even think he gets out. He's just gonna get hit by the chains and then just gets deleted after with the silence. So unfortunate timing, and yeah. Calpy doing very, very well. Definitely showing us how it's done here on this pos 4.
So despite the Ursa shard change, Niz has bought the shard. He picked it up. I don't know if it's worth it these days. Like, does it help with farming? Like adding the Fury swipes? Is that what the point is?
Yeah, and I think in fights as well, right? It's kind of just like a free 3 attacks. Like, even though it doesn't do the damage, it kind of sets you up for that initial burst. Especially in these elongated fights. Like, you get the slow, you get the initial, well, how much is it? 37 times 3? It's basically like an extra 100 damage just from pressing Earth Shock when you start unloading on them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wonder if it's worth such a high priority that you buy it as your 3rd item still. I feel like getting the BKB sooner would probably be better value. But I guess it's one of those things we don't know about the patch yet, and people are going to need to experiment and try it to really know.
Yeah, definitely. Just want to point out, even though it is a 4K gold lead, most of that gold lead is on the supports, like you mentioned earlier. It's Calpy and Tiger. Mostly Calpy, actually. Calpy dangerously close to Miso Mad's net worth as it is right now, but I think when it comes to the core-to-core matchup, though, they're all fairly within range of each other. Miso Mad struggling a little bit, but huge RP. They do get this humongous RP on the side here. Black Cat getting absolutely deleted. No chance at all for him to press his ulti, and the silence comes through. And he's going to need to get his Ag sooner rather than later, because he's going to need to be able to use that while he's disabled. Might even need to get a Manta, like Slane said earlier, just to get rid of the silence.
Yeah, I mean, Slane knows his Ursa play, so if he says he's going to need an Ursa Manta here, I would trust him with this one.
Definitely.
Yeah, really needs to get rid of that silence, like you said. I think the BKB will help, but yeah, the Aghanims will be necessary, and they're in the pit now, taking Roche.
And this is really, really important, because it takes it away from Ursa, right?
Yeah. It gives Saja Cats a really... Oh, hello, Miso Mad.
Miso Mad is here. Actually, they are going to make their way in. Huge ulti comes in from Tiger on the back line. Mel needs to press an ulti. He does. Oh my god, he gets deleted. A huge ulti from Bob. Bob gets killed. Kidnap Van is going to snatch the Aegis, but he does die as well. Huge fight here from the Radiant team. Calpy on the back line trying to find something. The Ice Path. Mel is auto-attacking, is going to end up killing Kidnap Van, but Mel does die on the backline. Black Cat says, you flying chicken, I'm going to absolutely had enough of you, and gets absolutely deleted as well. No true sight here. Tiger trying to find their way out, but not going to be able to make their way out as they are trapped within that kinetic field. Black Cat says, thank God my team is here because I'm back in this game. Does such a good job here. Really nicely done, and really, really nicely done from Miso Mad, showing that impact finally. Mel being able to sit there as well as auto attack with those arcane orbs, doing so much as well. And Bob, even though he is on troll and he can live forever, does have no intelligence, needs to be very, very careful. Black Cat on the bottom lane needs to be careful as well. And yeah, you saw the power of that Sanity's Eclipse against the troll, right, Igor? He's just deleted, man.
Yeah, I mean, for the lack of impact that Miso Mad had up until that point, that is potentially a game-winning play to reverse that. That was going to be a straightforward Aegis for Saja Cats. They probably pushed tier 2s over that. Instead, they win the fight. Black Cat gets the monster kill off the Skyrath Mage, then gets to go and steal the enemy Wisdom Rune. Takes another kill there, is suddenly, you know, reasserted himself at the top of the net worth chart. Has the Basher flying out now, I believe. Yeah, has the Basher coming out.
Oh, so mid lane, Kidnap Van. He's been found. It does get a huge skewer on the backline. The silence is here. The RP is going to come through. Is it? It's not. The glimpse is going to need to come through, though. They do send out this huge damage out onto the Warlock. Warlock gets deleted. Kidnap Van going to get deleted as well. The damage from the Mystic Flare is split between Miso Mad as well as Owl, and they managed to find another two. Miso Mad surviving the fight this time. Nicely done from him. That cloak paying dividends immediately. Nicely done.
Yeah, this game is turned on its head, right? Saja Cats had all the momentum, but a couple of nice, clean fights from Sheep, and all of a sudden, it's yeah, Saja Cats are on the back foot.
Dude, I feel like this game was like so close, and then suddenly it's just been split open, like just absolutely cracked open after that play. That was insane.
Yeah. I mean, once again, I feel like I'm saying the same thing that I said last game. Saja Cats really need their BKBs on their carry and on their mids. And Bob's farming towards it now, so he will have it in a couple of minutes. Ember's doing the same, but and Kidnap Van almost has his, actually. So I don't think they can play fights anymore until those BKBs are up.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mel on this OD has finally gotten some of that value out of that initial OD of that Hand of Midas. I apologize. And you can kind of see how much damage it's actually doing in the fights. It's doing so much. Heading towards a refresher now, which is very, very interesting. Refresher first item, base third kind of item now. But what do you think of this refresher? Very, very strange, right?
I mean, if you can get it off, you're going to have huge impacts, right?
Yeah,
so, yeah. By the way, Owl, what the fuck? Hasn't
I saw
Aghanim's
this.
sister completed at 25 minutes. Holy shit, it's gone straight Aghanim's. Did not go for any save items, no glimmer or anything, but this is going to be huge in fights. Even if those BKBs come up, if Owl is able to get the Static Storm down, then, yeah, Dire is going to have huge issues playing around this.
Very, very tough. It's also really tough for the Troll Warlord because he's going to be relying on this BKB, right? To be able to press his ulti.
Yeah.
If he's like, oh, I'm not really in a position where I need to press BKB, they can just send the ult and trap him inside and then unload all the damage. He's never going to be able to press BKB even as he goes to even half health or 75% health. So this is really, really nice from Owl. It kind of turns into like a who's going to flinch first between Owl and the Troll Warlord, because the Troll needs to see that Static Storm being used or the Disruptor dead before he can commit. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bob does opt for a blink soon, so he can blink on top of this Troll, pop the BKB, and just absolutely delete him straight away. Yeah, on top of the Disruptor, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think that as soon as they see that Aghanims, if they haven't seen it yet, he immediately becomes Kidnap Van's #1 priority, right?
Yeah.
You got to be looking for him in fights first, because if you can take him out, then you can play. But yeah, it's really tough. And if Owl is properly positioned, which he will be when he gets a blink, which is his next item, it's going to be very, very difficult to find him.
Yeah, definitely. Another really important item just got delivered here on Miso Mad. The Pipe of Insight. Really important item. It's going to be really huge against him surviving and the rest of his team surviving against the Scarith Mage. Going to absorb basically half of his ulti on this Mystic Flare, which is really important. As well as with that innate magic resist from the Pipe of Insight, he's opted for the mystical enchantment on his Psychic Headband as well. So that's really, really nice. Psychic Headband, really, really good against the Scarith Mage because you can now push allies, which is a great buff for the item.
Yeah, absolutely. It was pretty... I mean, back in the day, before the individual sort of enchantments, it was a really good item. I think these days it has not seen much utility, so very nice to try and bring it back a bit with that buff.
Yeah.
So we've got the 2 BKBs here done on Kidnap Van and on the Ember Spirit. And Troll has his as well. So 3 BKB timing. Saja Cats are going to smoke off the back of this and see what they can do.
Yeah.
Really, really powerful timing.
I think it all comes down to the initiation. If they get this Disruptor ulti out in such a way that can negate maybe 1 or 2 of these BKBs, I think it might work out for them. But Disruptor standing here on the high ground needs to be very, very careful. They are jumping in with Maple Story Addict. He's going to find the Owl. Can drop the ulti if he chooses to, but does not choose to. Just takes the death. Not the worst. Smoke Grenade. He's going to be tanked by the Disruptor. And the rest of his team farming away. Really nicely done. Honestly, really nicely done from Owl there to cop that. But the scan coming through, Mel is going to be here. Needs to be very careful. He's going to be survived for now. Top lane, Sean. Sends the Yules. Can TP away. Nicely done. He's going to 100% get out here. Nicely done. Oh, respect tips for his team. Lovely to see that.
Some appreciation.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So Miso Mad going for the Aghanims yet next. So playing full utility on the Centaur. Going to have the workhorse next to be able to save the OD or the Ursa potentially. Very nice to see this itemization coming out on the Centaur.
Yeah, really important item, I think, especially against the Troll if he does get his ulti off. I think it's going to be really, really important. Until the Troll gets dataless, I think Miso Mad with the Crimson Guard can probably tank him, not indefinitely, but for such a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
Empower, done up. Oh, they actually get the skewer out. Miso Mad is here. Presses both of his spells. Just a little bit of a panic there. Presses spells, gets out. Ward here from Calpy, really important as well in that route that Miso Mad ran through. They're going to see him again, but Al unfortunately did not learn from his friend's mistake and cops another death. The first one was nicely done from Al to tank the smoke gank, but this one a little bit questionable.
So it looks like Dire will take this tier 2 uncontested pretty much here in the end. Mel, this Midas is definitely paying off. Is now second net worth and actually catching up to the Ursa. I think before too long will end up being top net worth in this game. So has played the long game after a bit of a rocky start in the lane and looks like it will pay off.
Yeah, and the high ground is being sieged here. The Crimson Guard doing so much for this tower, but oh, huge RP on the backside. Kidnap Van doing so much. Huge stun though, but is it going to be enough? Mel manages to not press any buttons. Unfortunately, he's going to die. Sean gets off the Ice Buff and the ulti, but Miso Mad is here. Going to be chopped down quite a bit from Bob. Bob that has used his BKB. The BKB has ran out. Needs a glimpse here from Al, but not going to happen. Sean, Jakiro has pulled back. Ursa on the backside is on top of Calpy. Presses the BKB, manages to survive. Bob on an Ultra Cure right now, just moments away from a Rampage. Somehow living. Meanwhile, they do have to press out the ulti. There's no ult available on Bob, and Bob just gets absolutely crushed from this proc of the Basher as well. Tiger's Golem is going to be the next target, and he does die. And kind of saw the value of that Earthshock, right? Eeeegor, just getting those extra stacks just did so much on the initial jump.
Yeah, absolutely. Able to bring down the Troll. Troll had used the BKB earlier, used the ult earlier, and they managed to hold. I mean, the fight still goes in favor of Saja Cats. They're pretty happy with that in the ends. They do get a buyback out of Sean as well, but they don't get the tower. They lose their Troll, so not entirely happy. Let's put it that way.
For sure. This game is turning more and more into a Black Cat 1vx or 2vx, I guess, because at the moment, Mel, even though he was keeping up just after that death, he's a little bit far behind, still opting for that refresher orb. I think he should probably go for the Ags instead. Looks like Ags should be pretty powerful here. It basically gives you a reset if you do get RP'd.
Yeah, very nice. And talking of resets, Kidnap Van has got an Aeon disc here, so I think realizes how critical his initiation and him getting off his spells is to this game, and does not want to die getting caught out in some weird way. So
they see him here. Hang on, there might be a little fight coming out in a moment. They do know that Roche is available. Smoke on smoke action. They are going to run up through this way into the middle lane. Sean might break the smoke here. They are going to see Sean for a moment. The smoke does break, but they're actually going to find the backside. Now, Miso Mad blinks into the two of them. It's going to be a 3-person ulti, but they are inside of that Static Storm, the Aghanim Static Storm. The ulti does come out from Centaur. Centaur trying to find something. Maple Story Addict on the backside, making their way out. Bob sends the entire ulti on the backline. Maple Story Addict trying to find something, but it's not going to make any difference. Jakiro does die as well. That's a dieback from him. Centaur, trying to be the hero, jumps into the skewer. Don't know if he needed to do that, but that is going to be the death of him. And Ursa straight back to farming. A little bit of a questionable fight there, Eeeegor.
Yeah, I mean, really nice kind of read of the situation by Saja Cats. And Kidnap Van does such a good job finding Mel. So he drags Mel into the middle of things. Even though the Static Storm is there, the BKB's already been pressed by Jackie. So they're able to kill OD without him getting his spells off again, which is so much burst damage. So important to Sheep for their fight. So, yeah, really, really nicely played by Saja Cat. Oh, man. Ursa goes down. That is rough.
Yeah, this no BKB available to get rid of the silence, and Calpy just sends the ATOS, sends the nuke, sends the silence, and does way too much damage with all these spells. Ember Spirit as well, adding onto that as well. And this might be another Rax down here. Eeeegor, I thought the game had split wide open, but Saja Cats suture it up. They stop the bleeding, and just like that, they might be the first ones to take the Rax here.
Yeah, I mean, Black Cat doesn't have buyback for 60 seconds, right? So I don't really think that Sheep want to fight without him unless they can get the most amazing OD initiation and burst. It's a tough one here. I think, yeah, 2 really good fights from Saja Cats, and yeah, they're hitting the racks. It's gonna go down here.
Yeah, the Crimson Guard delayed it for quite a bit, but Bob now getting to that point where he can kind of fight through that entire Crimson Guard, even if it's blocking 141 damage, which is a huge chunk of all of his damage, basically halving his damage. Still more than enough for him to try and siege these towers, and Bob doing really, really well this game on the Troll Warlord. A little bit of wonky fights from the Sheep, kind of paying the price for it. And Miso Mad is going to be found here. Presses the pike, does get pushed out a little bit, sending further into the team as he is skewered, and he's going to send out the ulti. Needs to TP out. Bob is here as well. Sean sends actually the silence. He's going to put himself back in. Bob presses the BKB, is going to find Sean while he is rooted. Meanwhile, in the backline, Urs is in. He needs to press the BKB. Al does come through, sends out the raw ulti. Not sure about this one. There is still that Roshan's banner alive. Bob on the backline, he's going to find it, sends out the ulti. That's the Ags reveal. Mel needs to press some ultis, refreshes, then sends out the double ulti, but Bob needs to come through. He has to press his ulti in advance, but Mel trying to A-click does find out the actual Aegis, but the Aegis is going to be all they get after all Bob dropping both hammers. Going to be almost certainly GG here, Eeeegor. And somehow, this game just went to shit.
Yeah,
there's no other way to put it.
That's the way to put it. Yeah. Saja Cats, they had a couple of really nice fights there. They had, there's the tip back on Mel. You'll love to see it.
Yeah.
That smoke around the Roche pit there, where they catch Mel, they drag him in, they're able to take the Aegis and push off the back of that. Crucial. Really nice rallying by Saja Cats, because the momentum had swung. That was going the way of Sheep, but they bring it back. Really great work.
Yeah, and kind of as expected here. I don't know how about you, but for me, kind of as expected, a 1-1 here between 2 pretty powerful teams. Have to see how the best of 3 will pan out in the bracket stage, as both of these teams now looking very, very prepped to make it through into the bracket. Shaun the Sheep going to end up on 8-4. Saja Cat's going to end up on 6-4. They will have 1 more game left here for Saja Cats. Shaun the Sheep have played their entire tournament, group stage tournament so far. So 8-4, the score to beat. I think Team Earth, your team, Eeeegor, can definitely do it. End up number 1. How are you feeling?
Well, we have just been told by Tort that they're going to have to forfeit their series tomorrow night, and they may be pulling out of the tournament altogether. So
lovely.
That is a bit of a shame. Obviously it means the score works out well for us, but a bit of a shame. I think they've been struggling to find matches through the season so far. Yeah, I think we're going to do better than 8-4 if that's the case.
Yeah.
But the final series we have to play is against Pig F, and they 2-0'd Shaun the Sheep. They look super strong.
Yeah.
Chiquino and her team is no joke. So
yeah, Chiquino and the Gal is very powerful.
Final standings. Yeah, the standings really hinge around how that series goes, because I think they've only dropped 1 game so far as well.
Yeah, you're right. They're 5-1. You guys 7-1. So looking pretty grim here for the rest of the lineup. Looks like it's probably going to be Shaun the Sheep, Team Earth, Saja Cats, and Pig F to be the ones to get through. Little Piggies have 2-6. Looks like they took out 2-0 against Essence Rise. Well, against Towards the Meanies, I'm guessing. I guess they haven't played against Essence. Essence, unfortunately, 0-8. have to see how they go later on in their last few series. But yeah, for now, Eeeegor, I think that's going to be all she wrote for tonight. Shame to hear about Tort Deminis. I know that they wanted to play, and this whole tournament was organized by Peter Zinski. So really keen to see if them play tomorrow if they can. But we'll have to see how that goes for now.
Yeah, I'll go talk to them now. I'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, as you said, two very strong teams tonight: Sheep and Saja Cats going 1-1. Yeah, very excited to see how the rest of the ladder plays out and to see if we how the playoffs will play out from there.
Yeah, man, should be a lot of fun, and I hope I'll be there to cast it. But for now, my friends, let's leave it at that. And I'll say goodbye to everyone on the stream. Goodbye.
Cheers, guys.